welcoming to the show clinical psychologist Judy Ho, Kaleb Nation, social media personality and author. And I know that we all are just incensed, confused by what we're seeing. Help us understand, perhaps. I think so many people are trying to get into the mindset. Judy, we're in a whole new world order, apparently. What's the mindset of somebody who is feeling that when they live out loud on social media, that includes going to these lengths?
Well, I think one part of the explanation is that social media does allow us to emotionally distance ourselves. So in something this traumatic, this young woman went to what she knew, which is to connect through social media and actually in that way disconnect from the trauma of what was actually occurring at the time. But the second and slightly more sinister explanation, which I also believe is a part of this, is there's a part of her brain that's thinking this is going to get attention, likes, some type of notoriety. Any attention is good attention.
Yeah, that's true. Some people, a bad headline's a good headline.
Right.
But it's dangerous, right? When you think about, for the viewers, the people that have seen it, those of us that have been exposed to it, there's the desensitization. There's the idea that this kind of thing, I mean, so many of us already have a lot of anxiety. Is this not going to increase social anxiety?
Absolutely. And then it gets passed on. Then they start to look at other related videos. And the fact is people do consume these videos. That's why they're out there, because people want that shock. People want to see it. But where does it stop? And really, it just feels like we keep pushing that envelope further.
And Kaleb, you know better than anybody, the draw, the pull, the thrill of social media. But you have lost your mind about this.
This video, I've seen so much crazy stuff on the internet before, but this video is just devastating to watch because it was so avoidable. It's so avoidable. You should not be touching your phone while you're operating a car.
Sure, just on a basic level, for sure.
And it's like, I can look at it and it's like, I think back, like I've been on Twitter for 9 years now, and it's like, whenever I look back at my timeline from all the past, the times that I was posting the most, posting about every party, every meal, everything I was doing, the times that I was on social media making my life seem like it was so great, my real life was actually the saddest time of my life.
Oh, that's interesting perspective into why people post so much.
Right, and so it seems like whenever I really look at her stuff, it doesn't excuse what she did, but it almost seems like that something in her life must be so unhappy that she's using social media as a way of propping it up.
But it sort of seems like everybody of the younger generation is living out loud on social media. They can't all be just traumatized and upset and dealing with stuff.
Right, but it's like when you're doing stuff like that and you're going online, it said she had a few thousand followers on Instagram. That gets addictive, and once your internet life starts to be more important to you than your real life, then it's like the likes, the shares, the favorites. That's might be her safe space. That's where she feels at home.
You hit on something there that it hadn't occurred to me. The idea that there's an addiction to this feedback.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
That's sort of very visceral and quick feedback where you actually don't get that from face-to-face interactions as easily. We don't know how much people like us because there isn't a like button.
But y'all, what do we do? I mean, where do we go from here? I would have thought, this was a dark day for me yesterday when I saw this. I thought, I've seen everything in news.
Yeah.
Well, I hadn't seen this. And I don't know how we can't unring this bell.
Right.
Where are we 10 years from now, Kaleb, in your estimation?
Look, people, they need to be safe with what they're doing. They can't, everybody just thinks that you can go on social media and you can post whatever you want, do everything you want because they see other people doing it. It's like whenever I used to do like every day I used to make video blogs. And I would see other people that did it every day and they would be in the car vlogging. Like that was a thing.
Oh yeah, I see that on the daily.
Because I see so many people doing it, it seems like, well, if they're doing it, I can. And I had to stop that because it's so unsafe.
Listen, our mental health and our self-esteem is actually being negatively impacted by this because people who spend more time on social media tend to report more depression and anxiety symptoms overall. So I would say take the time to disconnect at least a few hours every single day.
And take care to share that message with your young people in your care. That's a really important message because they are being affected the most, and this is what they are growing up with. Judy, Kaleb, a delight to have you with me today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.